Start out with YB. Youngboy has announced that he's going. Well, he really announced it, but Gillie has put out a short clip to show that he will be appearing on $1 Million Worth of Game, and this was the clip in question. Let me just put it up here, chat. So this is a clip showing that I guess their next guest, and I think they premiere their episodes on Sundays, will be NBA Youngboy. So I'm guessing they took the trip to Utah, and this is like a little lead up. Here we go.
That's right. That's right. There you go. That's right. There you go. Yes, sir. Yes, there sir. You go. Yes, sir. Nigga. Yes, sir. Nigga. Yes, sir. Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There you go. Oh, that nigga. Yeah, it was. Good, dog. Damn good, dog. Yeah, this bitch about to have a nigga. This bitch right here about to have a nigga. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
That's right.
Give me a second.
That's right. There you go.
All right.
There you go. Yes, sir.
So that's good. That's good. You know, I think this could be a good interview for NBA Youngboy. And also, I'm glad, you know, he's probably opening up to media a little bit more now, because I think prior to this he was kind of on some shit like, you interview the ops, I don't want to interview with you. And I'm sorry, like, nobody's beefing with the guys you're beefing but you. Okay, you know what I mean? Like, this ain't like, oh, we're all beefing. We ain't in no gang with you. Okay. Anyway, you know, obviously, Gillie Wallo did an infamous Dirk interview in O Block or something like that, somewhere in Chicago. So I'm glad Youngboy is going to get his say. Hopefully he can sound a little bit more coherent, speak up, the same type of bass you got in your voice on Instagram when you shout at the phone. I would love to hear that type of aggression and passion in this interview, and it should be good. I think him and Wallo, that embrace, you know, Wallo is somebody who's been incarcerated for 20 years. I think that embrace is probably also coming from the fact that, man, Youngboy, even though not being in actual, you know, jail or prison, for the last like 2 to 3 years of his life, he's been really just kind of isolated from society, can't really do what he wants to do. And I do believe it's affected his mental state somewhat. Now, I'll tell you this, recently, and hold on, give me 1 second. Recently, he's filed for a new motion to try to get his house arrest kind of lessened, right? So basically, he put in a request, and this has come via Rolling Stone. It said NBA Youngboy bid to ease house arrest amid depression. So he's claiming he's depressed, right? So his lawyers put it in that he's depressed. They also cite a bunch of other things. They claim that because he's on house arrest, his music sales are declining, which, by the way, that's true. So he's claiming that he's depressed. Music sales are declining. We can't really read the full article. You'd have to subscribe, but I do have the full article over here. I'll read it out loud. It says, prosecutors are pushing back against NBA Youngboy's request to relax the rules of a Utah house arrest due to his deteriorating. My bad. Due to his deteriorating mental health and declining music sales. In new court filing Monday, prosecutors say rappers' motion to make outside studio visits and certain life enrichment activities approvable. So they wanted to be open to his pretrial officer, which is PO, right? But not probation, it's pretrial officer. And the prosecutors are saying they're hopelessly vague and it should be denied by the judge. Okay. So basically he's trying to say, yo, if he needs to, like, you know, go outside to like a theme park or something for his mental health, right? Some things that might be outside of work, or maybe he needs to go outside of his house to create music or film a video, that should be allowed or be open to be evaluated by the pretrial officer. The prosecutor is saying hell nah, and they're saying it should be denied. And by the way, the judge that's overseeing this request is the one that's overseeing or actually dealing with his Louisiana gun case, right? Now, this is what the prosecutor says. The United States failed to see how the defendant's current conditions of pretrial release prohibit him from seeking and obtaining mental treatment. Now, you gotta remember, this isn't going to play too well in court. Youngboy is living in a $6 million mansion. Yeah, he might have restrictions on how many people could be in the house at the time, but pretty much anyone could go there, right? He has all the money and the means. By the way, a condition of him getting bail was him telling the judge, we have all the money and the means to get everything done that he could stay in house arrest. So now they're like, well, if you need help for your mental health and all these other things, why don't you bring them to the house? Why you got to go somewhere, right? So that's what the prosecutor's saying. And the prosecutor's name is Attorney William K. Morris. They said that Youngboy is already allowed to leave his residence for medically necessary appointments within the state of Utah. And beyond that, he could choose from a host of modern-day, widely available virtual options for additional therapy. Morris further argued that the court previously considered his ability to continue to earn a living when it heard testimony from Atlantic Records chairman Gillie Greenwald during an October 2021 hearing about his pretrial release. Greenwald testified that Atlantic could include basically bringing his work environment to him as part of their efforts to make sure the community's safety during his arrest. She testified Atlantic would build a studio in his house. The judge did not issue an immediate ruling after the government made their reply. In filings this month, Control's lawyers argued that the popular and prolific rapper has been under 24-hour detention for nearly 2 years, and he's at a breaking point, okay? Being confined to his home and unable to complete his employment obligation has led to great anxiety, depression, loss of weight, and sleep. Youngboy has been visibly stressed and expresses concern and loss of hope that he will be able to return to his contracted employment obligation. Okay? Let's see what else. The lawyers argue that a recent analysis from his label indicated that his sales have suffered due to a limited ability to provide quality recordings. Okay. In an email sent to lead prosecutor on October 20th, one of his lawyers said that the proposed change to Golden's house arrest would leave his main restrictions in place, including a curfew, his ankle monitor, and strict limitation on visitors. He would not be able to go on tour. Furthermore, all activities would have to be cleared with his pretrial officer in advance. Control was indicted on blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. All right. I could see a judge maybe letting up a little bit. Again, this is pending. Remember one of his baby mamas claimed they got their ass beat by him. If there is no investigation, there is no case, he hasn't gotten in trouble, hasn't broken any rules. It's been damn near 2 years. Get a boy a break. So I kind of agree that they should let up. Do I think his music sales has suffered a bit from it? Yeah. Do I think his mental health has suffered a bit from it? Yeah. Does the judge and the government care about that? Nah. They don't care about you, like, winning Grammys and racking up a bunch of gold and platinum plaques. They care about safety. So we'll see what it is, but I would like for them to kind of a little ease up on those restrictions, man. Come on. Somebody says the only people that YB beat is his baby moms. Nah. Ain't there like a bunch of videos of Youngboy fighting people online? YouTube is down? Wait, is YouTube down? Nah, there's a bunch of videos of Youngboy squabbling online, man. Like, you can just Google Youngboy stand on business. You'll find a whole bunch of those videos. Let me just make sure YouTube is up still. Nah, I don't think it's down. Oh no, we still live. Okay. Anyway, you know, I seen some people was like, yo, damn, Act got to be mad that they're getting an interview out of him. No, not at all. He's an artist. He gotta start talking to people. I'm glad that he's doing this. Youngboy is probably learning right now. And Metro Boomin just said this. I didn't post it on my Instagram, but he said this on his Twitter. And I think this is true. He says, where did he say it? Where is it? Damn. Right here. So basically, Metro Boomin said that fake mysterious shit with artists has ruined the game. Everybody's too cool. I agree. Bro, you could act weird and strange all you want, but if you're promoting music, promote music, my nigga. Do an interview, be nice to people, tweet out your music, throw it up on Instagram, act like you want to sell music. You feel what I'm saying? We're in an era and an age where people consume content and not necessarily music is the only content they're consuming. Like, for example, hold on, I'm about to have to close this door. These dogs is tweaking on me, man. All right. Yo, we're just in this era where like people are consuming so much music and like there's so much content. Like the musician is battling with Kai Cenat. And what I mean by that is that you're battling for 24 hours in someone's life. And whether they spend that time watching a podcast, a stream, listening to your music, usually they could do only one actively. So again, I do think people are consuming content more than ever, but it's not only music they're consuming. They're consuming a lot more other shit. So, for example, I seen somebody point out, I posted my Spotify Wrapped, right? And when I posted it, it showed my top 5 artists. If you don't know, Burna Boy was my number 1 this year. Then, of course, The Boy, Dirk, Gunna, and Young Thug. And if you're wondering why Gunna's fourth because I don't even know how it's not in my top 5. I've been burning a hole in that song, What Happened to Virgil. So that's how Gunna got on the list. Well, I was listening to Bread and Butter too. I don't listen to Fuck You Mean that much. I have been listening to it a little bit more now. But with Gunna, I don't really like, I listen to Bread and Butter and I listen to What Happened to Virgil. He's a feature. That's Dirk's song. So that's why he falls behind Dirk. And if you wonder why Thug's on there, I don't listen to Thug that much. Thug's on there because that song he got with Drake. Oh, You Went. So I listen to Burna Boy a lot, Drake a lot, and I do listen to Dirk a lot. These two niggas just happen to be on there because they're featured on songs with the top 3 people. You feel what I'm saying? Anyway, beyond that, I seen some people say, yo, Act, damn, how are you like this huge music critic and, you know, a music blog, but you only listen to 18,000 minutes of music? Now, by the way, this is only via Spotify. You know, I have Apple Music too. I have all the other places to listen to and YouTube. But I will say this. I got to check my podcast listening stats because I listen to way more hours of podcasts than I listen to music. These days when I'm driving, bro, it's only so much times I could, you know, listen to certain songs in repetition. For me to stay awake driving, like especially I'm driving for an hour, I got to put on a podcast episode. My brain needs to at least analyze conversation. I can't just be singing mindless anthems that I've heard 1,500 other times. So I have probably listened to less music, more podcasts. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I guess I'm going to prove the point of I'm consuming content more than ever, but music as a whole is competing with podcasts, streaming, YouTube videos. It's a lot going on. So that's what I'm trying to say. And if I'm bringing it back to the Metro Boomin point, the era of artists being so cool because fans are just going to be on your dick, I don't think that's really going to last when you're competing with so many people now and so many things that might not even be music. You're competing with them for attention. So, yeah, I hope you guys kind of got that. Somebody said, I listen to Fresh and Fit every day. I still listen to my boys. Shit, they got an episode today, right? Is it today? They probably got an episode today. Put it like this. Yesterday, I'm taking an hour drive. Just think about this. I'm taking an hour drive. If I was playing music, I would listen to at least like 20, 25 songs in an hour, right? 20 to 25 songs in an hour. You know what I did? Bro, I just threw on Flagrant 2, and I listened to that one episode the entire drive. And I still didn't even get through half the episode. So you understand where, like, before people weren't, like, when you were in the car, it was almost pass me the aux, I'm about to go play music. These days, it's like, yo, shit, let me go to this YouTube channel that might be playing some clips from Kai's VOD, Act Stream, I don't know, Aiden IRL, Brilliant Idiots podcast, Joe Budden, like, you know what I mean? So there's way more options than just playing music. So that's what I would say. So that's what I'm trying to say. To go back to Metro's point, I do think unless you're The Weeknd, right? It's like, remember when everybody started dropping out of the blue? Like, everybody was like, hey, I'm dropping tonight. And we really knew at the core, like, only a few people could do that. Beyonce could do it. Drake could do it. But then you had, like, the most nonchalant artists who really had no business doing it. They were attempting to do it and maybe work for a while till it didn't work. I'm trying to tell you that all this the fake mysterious shit that Metro Boomin is talking about, I agree with him. I don't think it's ruining the game. I just think that shit don't work no more. So it's not ruining the game. It just don't work. So all of these dudes who thought they were too cool to promote, but they were going to do record sales. No, nigga, your sales is plummeted. And that includes Youngboy. So that's what I told you. I told you that before, and it wasn't hate. It was just me being honest. Brother, stop deactivating your Instagram like you're a 5-year-old girl. Stop acting like you need a burner account to get your thoughts off. Like, come on, brother. Like, you're a grown-ass man. You got 12 million followers on your account. Tweet what you want to tweet. Say what you want to say, but promote your fucking music. You notice since I said that, he ain't deactivated his Instagram not once yet, right? Yeah, that shit's over. Like, yo, we don't got time for emo niggas, man. I'm sorry. Y'all niggas gonna do what you gotta do to promote your music or else you're gonna flop. So now, hey, part of the game, you're gonna have to talk to some people. You're not Drake. Drake don't gotta do interviews. Or he does some funny interviews with Bobby Althoff or whatever, and he still goes viral. You're not Drake. None of y'all Drake. Y'all gonna have to sit down and talk to some people. Sorry. And shit, you could beef with Act all you want. Go talk to Gillie and Wallo. And if you don't like them, you better go get on Drink Champs. You're going to have to do some shit, though. That's just what's going to happen. All this fake cool shit, niggas on my dick, I'm the most lit nigga in the world. No, you ain't. Okay? So I'm glad that the artists these days, they're getting humbled. Their sales are coming back, and them labels who cut them checks of 30, 40, and 50 million is saying, bro, why you not selling like you were selling over there? That's why we gave you the check. Exactly. So you're seeing artists starting to do what they got to do. And I'm happy for it. I think if Youngboy was free, you'd see him do a sneaker shop, and you'd see him doing a Hot Ones. You'd see him do a Breakfast Club. Of course. The fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, we're selling music here. This is not like about the cool school. So anyway, I'm excited to see his interview with Gillie and Wallo. I would love to see. Anytime I see Wallo with young artists, I feel like he tries to connect with them and they respect him way more because he's a guy who a lot of times when they're rapping, they're acting like they're down to do his bit. Like Wallo did 20 years in prison. Most of these rappers, when they're talking shit, they're acting like they're willing to be him. And because of that, he gets a different respect. So when he talks to them, they receive it better and they receive it different. So I'm excited to hear what it's going to be about.